It's fair.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I am your whimsical DM, Victoria, and before we get started on this very special session, we've got a few words from our sponsors. Kristy, roll the clip.
Welcome to the show, and now a word from our sponsors. First off, thanks to Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian-based dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. Check them out on their Twitter at LittleDragonCo1 to stay updated on all their awesome products. Remember, you can use our brand new coupon code BONUS when you head over to littledragoncorp.com and get 15% off your order. Once again, the coupon code is BONUS, BONUS. Also thanks to Cardboard Castle Games. They are a lovely little brick and mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. Remember to go check them out if you're in the area. Stop by and tell them that Proficiency Bonus sent you, and they might just give you 10% off your in-store order. If you're not in Evans, Georgia, don't fret, you can check them out online at their website, cardboardcastlegames.com. Also, big thanks to Sirenscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Sirenscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included when you get started. You don't even need to register. Go to Sirenscape.com to find out more. Additional thanks as well to Adrian Von Ziegler for providing some of the additional music we use here and on Wednesday nights. He's a talented composer with great content usage rules, so go check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Don't forget to check out our other games. Our schedule is posted down below the Twitch feed. We stream basically every day here at Provo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as some homebrew games, and some of our other games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Hopefully, we have something up your alley. We now have a community Discord with public channels. Please come check it out and come hang out with us. We are always welcoming new GMs, players, and other friends to our family. All experience levels are welcome. From veteran gamers to total newbies, we encourage people of color, LGBTQI+ nerds, and gamers to join us as well. I think that's everything. Back to you, DM.
Oh no, I ate a cookie.
You were warned!
Oh, no.
You were warned!
I gave you a countdown!
And I did it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a good cookie.
Fair.
And now that we have gone through our announcements, thank you to our sponsors, we're going to do a little recap. So, why don't we pass it over to Inky?
Alright, last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight, we have indeed moved beyond the Witchlight Carnival into the fantastical realm of the Fae. For many, I think actually for all, this is sort of a revisitation from their past, though they've definitely not explored this part of the woods before. Attempting to set out on their journey without too much guidance, the party quickly found themselves accosted by a roving band of Harengon bandits who asked them to provide, I believe it was their best memory in payment.
The memory of, like, the best gift they ever received.
Memory of the best gift they ever received. Needless to say, these people have already lost enough, and combat soon ensued, leaving one Harengon very much so dead, and the others running with their little bunny tails between their cute, adorable little bunny legs. The party was then able to retrieve some armor, some very rudimentary weaponry, and a new companion, a giant snail, who is going by the name of... Was it grass? It was something... Leaves.
Leaves. It was leaves.
Leaves.
Berries.
Who is also going to be our very slow and trusting mount. The party also observed early on into their journey a hot air balloon that seemed to fall out of the sky and crash in a nearby tower. Seeing as that was sort of the main landmark for them to go off of, they took leaves and took their leave towards said tower, which is surrounded by thorns and brambles, where one one of our companions was able to fly up and observe what seemed to be a I guess I'll say a Fey noble, or at least someone of some
you
sort
don't
of
know. Only
uh,
Clover knows.
a gentleman of rank and title within the kingdom of Prismere, who lamented that Prismere was essentially falling before he himself was snatched up and pulled within the depths of the tower by some unseen creature. The party awaits the dispersal of this news at the bottom of the tower, as we are continually rained on. And
Not
that's
rain,
pretty much
not rain. Not rain. It's the water flooded in.
the water flooded in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Became 5 feet deep.
It's foggy,
Yeah.
which is like rain
But it
stuck
sits
in
there.
the air
Yeah.
on your body.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's where we left off. We are in the Feywild, and we've just approached this tower, which we have just learned, or at least one of us has just learned, is still occupied. And it seems that the Kingdom of Prismere is not doing so well.
Thank you for that recap. Ink and Kristy, you may each take a d6 of bardic inspiration for your contributions to the logistical side of running this game. Now, for those of you at home watching, you may notice that our usual fourth member is not here tonight, and I would kindly ask that Graph and Ink, if you're not looking at Twitch, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Just don't.
That's such a weird request.
Just don't, because there's a name on there. But yeah, so we have Jamie. What angle is Jamie at? Nope, this side on the stream.
Hello.
Jamie is here to fill in for Danica, who is unable to attend tonight's session.
Yeah,
so he will be playing a guest character for us.
Hey.
I'm very excited.
So, as when we left off, Clover, you had been
Yeah.
fluttering near the top of the tower where the hot air balloon had crashed, and the individual you had been speaking with was suddenly snatched up into the tower by a blur of movement that shot out from a shuttered window and just as quickly shot back in with this individual in its clutches. And the shutter is closed once again, so you are left flittering above the hot air balloon, looking at the corpse of Wigglewog, the dead bullywug. And Dove, Dawn, and Ego are waiting in the swamp water below.
I'm gonna quickly fly down and tell him what happened. There's a little dragon thing was stuck in a cage. I couldn't get it out. Did I see who stole it?
You just saw a blur.
It was just a blur. I don't know who took it, but something took it. Took him.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah. We should do something though. Is the window the only point of entry?
So you also saw that there was a door in the let me get you a picture.
There's a door on the like ground, but the tower is still surrounded by all of these thorns and brambles, and we're not on the inside of that. You flew over them.
Yeah, it's like 30-foot tall brambles.
Let
me open up Roll20.
We'd have to try and find a way to clear or otherwise get through those.
Oh.
But so you're saying that there's something in this tower?
Something that moves really fast. I barely had any time to speak. What's his name again?
He was a sir.
Sir Talavar.
Sir Talavar. He just swept away.
So
like
That
me.
all sounds like a terrible idea, but at the end of the day, I think it's better than sloshing around in this.
I wonder if it's one of these so-called wizards. They like to live in towers.
Did Sir Talavar give me wizard vibes? Or was it more like noble-ish?
Did I put the picture in here? No, Sir Talavar definitely didn't. I mean,
You actually
it's
you
hard
gave
to say,
Christy
but
the pic. You gave
yeah,
Christy
I'm
the
looking
picture
at
and
the
refused
picture
to give it
to.
to us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I'm trying-
when I tell this picture, like you need, like
She didn't describe it, she just said it was a little dragon man.
there's a little dragon man in there. But yeah, no, not really like giving you wizard vibes.
I didn't think
he
so.
Seemed very like noble.
Yeah, he seemed more like someone important. I don't know about the blur. The blur may be a wizard?
The concept that some people are more important than others is very silly. But I get what you mean. Someone with station.
He sounded important to me.
Well, then
Sounded important.
our first step is finding a way past all of.
Are there any
Thorns.
ledges that I could try and fly one by one very slowly to?
You cannot carry people and fly.
Okay, didn't think so.
Yeah, if your fairy wings are enough to carry your weight, you can't even wear
Armor.
like, armor
Yeah.
with them.
Okay.
I could attempt to burn it away. I don't think it would spread too far with the flooding.
Are the brambles wet? Like, will they even catch?
Do you go over to look at them?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Oh boy.
Can I aid him?
Yeah, you sure can.
I've done gardening. I'll look.
Oh my
He goes like, I'd know if they burn if I shoot it with a firebolt and they start burning.
God.
What if these are magical, though?
It's magic fire.
I don't have anything open right now.
Let me do a check. Oh, wait.
Check it.
Just roll the dice. See what happens. 18?
13.
Oh.
13? Okay, so you slosh up through the water, being basically the only person in this entire party that is tall enough to stand on the ground and still have your head above the water. While the rest of the party is either still seated on now named Leaves, the giant snail's shell, or on the Tensor's floating disc that is floating 3 feet above the ground but still under 2 feet of water.
Still in the water.
Next to Leaves. You slosh over to these brambles and you begin kind of like looking around at them. You kind of slosh over to the side of the tower and you notice that there's some movement in the water, like kind of maybe like 90 degrees around the tower. You can see that the water is sloshing. And as
I
you...
I don't have anything to be like, oh my god, I can't psychically communicate with my friends that something is moving, so...
So, Jamie, why don't you tell everybody, what does Dawn see sloshing in the water? You are tall enough to be above the 5 foot deep water.
All right. You would see a
Oh my
a
God.
relatively large stump that has lots of intertwined roots, kind of like spider webbing in between one another, just kind of like slowly wading over, trying to make my way through this deep water.
Make my way through the swamp.
Stumpy's a stump.
Stumpy's a stump.
Yeah, Stumpy's a stump.
Ah,
If I
This is
wasn't
my
already
life.
looking into a camera, I'd look into the camera.
this is my life. Everything has come full circle, and I can die happy now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just kind of walks over, and then he, like, pauses, and he's just staring he does not deal well with weird things. So like as you're walking up, he's just looking at you, and he's not saying anything. But he has paused, and he is clearly like taking in the information, but there's just something that's like not connecting.
I'll be honest, I probably don't notice you right away either, so I'm probably just gonna keep wading towards the tower.
Yeah, so as you begin to wade towards the tower, you can hear that all of the brambles you can hear them like chittering and like talking to each other. They're like, I can't believe this stupid satyr is trying to like come through here. What an idiot. Oh my god.
Excuse me?
No,
Oh
you don't
my
hear this. You don't hear this, Don.
Oh,
You don't hear
okay.
this. Only Jamie's character hears this.
Oh my
They're
god,
like,
they're Valley Girl vines.
Oh my god!
I already hated him, but now I hate him more.
and then they're like, yeah, ew, first that like gross stump tried to get through here, and now this like ugly satyr. Oh my god, ew, somebody prick him. Jessica, just put like a little tendril under the water, please. And just prick him in the leg.
This was a nice area before you guys got here.
So Dawn, you do hear that. You hear a low voice, like the sound of like creaking wood rumbles out from this stump.
Excuse me?
Hold on. Not you. The brambles. They're making fun of you. I point with the little root that pops up.
Dawn?
What?
Dawn?
I said, are they flammable? Who are you talking to?
A tree stump.
I'm gonna fly over. Is everything okay?
That's not what you went over there to do.
I raise out of the water a little bit. I'm like,
Oh.
hi.
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 Is this your
I
friend?
have to like lean around the snail.
Yeah, there's a literal tree stump, like, in the water here,
Oh my goodness.
and it pulls a root out and waves. It's like, it is literally a stump, like, the wood has been shorn off and there's, like, little bits of new growth that are popping out, but it's just a stump with tons of gnarled, like, mangrove roots.
Yeah,
Actually,
I have
wait,
one sprout that's like bigger than the others.
The last people we waved at tried to rob us. I'm gonna
Oh.
prepare a firebolt, and I'm
That's
going to
your-
say, wait, are you trying to take something from us too?
No.
Tosses the firebolt into the water.
It
was just a
sizzles
joke.
and it smells like burnt hair when you do that.
Ugh.
I love that smell. That's ego, not me.
Anyway, wrapping back around to the other nonsensical thing you said.
Yeah.
The brambles were making fun of me.
Yeah, ever
That's
since
not
they
nice.
moved in here, they've just been a problem, and they take up so much space. They talk so much, and I just generally, it's made the living condition really low here. Not that the swamp dying is making it great, but God, they just are always on about their, oh, that stump looks so ugly, and oh, look at the stupid satyr, and
Oh,
yeah, that's what they said just now, actually.
that's
and
really
they were
mean.
apparently one of them's named Jessica and is trying to prick you, and I don't know why. You didn't do anything wrong. It doesn't make sense.
How long ago did the brambles show up?
A while.
A while.
You'd have no concept of the passing of time.
Right, time doesn't make sense to me, so a while.
We're trying to get into this tower, but the brambles are blocking the way.
Yeah, I've seen a rabbit try to go in there once. I visit this tower a lot. Well, the rabbit just went in and was like, I don't really know what I couldn't see, and then they ran away. Splashed away.
Hopped
Hopped
away, yeah.
away. Yeah.
You can understand what these thorns
Mm-hmm.
say.
They're making fun of you right now too. Actually.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, ew, this one's hair is like so long and they've tucked under their hat. It's like an ugly mushroom. Ew, I hate mushrooms. Ew, and there's one flying up there. Oh my god, we hate purple. That's so
Hey.
tacky.
Hey, don't be mean to fairies. That's rude. That's how you get in trouble. Stupid brambles. Anyways, yeah, they said your hair looks like a mushroom. That's all I remember because I got so frustrated. I like fairies. Fairies used to visit here sometimes. So,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Well,
build houses and stuff.
it sounds like, no one's necessarily benefiting from them being here, and they're quite rude, so I prepare a firebolt.
How?
I don't know if that's gonna work.
You said the swamp's dying? Do you think it's this thing's fault? Or has it always been dying?
Well, when my friend Zybil
Zyvilna.
by
Oh.
Zyvilna stopped visiting me, things started to get a little bit not good.
Zybilna.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We know that name.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Have you seen her?
No.
No.
Oh, neither have I.
A lot of people are looking
I've been
for
looking.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not the first person to be looking for her.
Interesting. Good to know. She brought me to life, so
Oh,
yeah.
that was nice of her.
Yeah.
Why?
We were like in something called like the material. I don't really understand the material plane or something. That's what she said. And then she like woke me up and brought me here because I was majestic before I was cut down or something. I don't really know. I
Well,
don't hate my body too much. I think I look pretty okay now. I don't know.
I think it's
I will
good.
give. I'll give you this much. You're the first intelligent thing that we've met here that hasn't tried to rob us, insult us, or apparently be in some sort of mortal peril. Is there something that we can call you?
So my friend that actually owns this tower used to he would visit me a lot. I didn't really have a name, I don't think, but he used to call me Mr. Stump all the time. So I think my name's probably Mr. Stump now.
Mr. Stump.
Hi, Mr. Stump.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Stump.
Hello.
So I'm taking it that you don't know how to get past these thorns.
Yeah, they like get pruned every day or something, and then they grow back, and they're like all over the place. They're not just here; they're like everywhere. They haven't gone into my home, thankfully, but you know.
And you know the person that owns this tower?
Yeah, that's Elmer.
Elmer. Does he move
Yeah.
really fast?
No, Elmer's pretty slow.
Oh, Graph lost, had a little power blip.
Oh,
It seems like they'll be back though.
Yeah, I think it was just a.
yeah.
Well, these brambles, you can understand them. Can they understand you?
Yeah, but they don't listen. They always say I'm old and grumpy and don't understand the ways these days. I don't know. Are you tired? I can take you somewhere to sleep.
Just, you know, that.
They
You
will
look
think
tired.
Yeah, it's very insightful stuff.
You look very tired. Like you're on edge. Normally,
That no, I may be a little bit tired.
you were trying to set things on fire without thinking about it, and that's not really good in a
Yeah,
forest
fire
environment.
scares you.
Yeah.
I thought about it the exact amount that I needed to, and I came to that conclusion. You have somewhere safe that we could stay?
Yeah. It's a well,
How
it used to be a really pretty brook, and it had like a little waterfall, and the birds would come, and some people would like trade and stuff nearby, but it was really, really peaceful. That's where I like to sit.
Well, what are we gonna do about Mr. Televar? Is that his name?
Who?
Yeah, Sir Talavar.
Sir Televar.
Who?
did
Mr. Stump, you have no idea what she's talking about.
Uh,
did Sir Talavar ask you to help?
Yeah, he told me to get him out of the cage. And I was
Did
going to
you?
try, but the blur took it and took it back into the tower. They're in the tower.
in Elmer's Tower, I've
Yeah.
never heard of a Talavar. That doesn't make sense. I've been here for a long time. I've never seen a,
Have you seen Elmer recently?
not in a while.
Maybe.
But I know he's probably alive because he's the one that like normally prunes the brambles, and he was coming and watering me at my brook, and he has a dog.
He was the groundskeeper.
Yeah, he was the groundskeeper. Yeah, he has a dog. The dog's name is Wover, and Wover had big ears, and I used to like tickle his feet with my roots, and he would get really confused.
Staying on topic, Mr. Stump. How far away is your home?
Probably
And
like
as-
a minute.
Very good. And as for Mr. Talavar, you didn't agree to help him. You just said that you tried. So it's fine. We could come back after we're rested.
It doesn't feel fine. He's alone.
I
Currently,
was
you're
alone too. Being alone's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Loneliness is fine if you have activities.
There's
You're
not
the
much to
only
do.
if. Clover, you are the only one that can, like, get into the tower right now, and it's not safe for you to go alone. So until we find a way past the brambles, we should focus on keeping ourselves safe. We don't know where we are or what we're here to do.
Yeah, that Herringon looked pretty shook up, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
We're only a minute away.
Okay.
If we hear or see something, we can reassess. But
Can I, when he says hear something, I think Clover remembers, like, oh yeah, I'm part cat. Can I try and listen?
What are you listening for?
Any signs of Mr. Televar's crying? Or
Roll a
Sir
perception check.
Televar's crying? Not bad. Yeah, 16 plus 0.
Yeah, so you kind of perk up your little kitty ears and they swivel around on the top of your head. And you listen closely and you hear a chorus of crickets and frogs and birds and other creatures that you're not even quite sure what they are. You hear bubbling water and just like generic like watery sounds. You hear the swaying of branches and leaves crinkling against each other. You don't hear any sound coming from the tower.
Okay.
You do hear the brambles, like, as you stop to listen for a bit, they do creak, like, ever so slightly.
They're
And,
probably
Dawn, you
talking.
feel like a little tug against, your pant leg under the water. Like something's caught on it.
He'll lift his pant leg.
You feel the fabric begin to rip under the water.
Oh,
Oh.
He'll quickly put it back down. Something caught on my pant leg.
Can you get it off?
It's probably the brambles.
It's probably the
Yeah,
brambles.
it probably is. Should give it a swift kick.
Do you kick the brambles?
Yeah, he'll kick it.
Oh no!
Roll an attack.
Oh no!
Where's my D20s? All of my D20s are gone.
Maybe two of you could get over there because I think Dawn can hop these.
I believe they're 30 feet tall, so he cannot hop.
Yeah, they cover the ground within 30 feet of the tower, and they're like pretty tall.
But are they 30 feet high?
Yes.
Oh.
They're 21.
What was that?
21.
Yeah, so how much damage does your unarmed strike do?
I believe my normal.
Oh, because do you have like a kick move?
I have a
You can
ram
just do.
move.
You can just do the damage you do for your ram. There's no reason
Okay.
why your superpowered satyr jumping legs couldn't do a superpowered satyr kick.
Okay, so 6.
Yeah, so like you kick out, you are going to take your hoof very quickly like dislodges a tangle like a thorny vine from your pant leg. You do take 3 points of piercing damage in the process, but like you kick out and like stomp your hoof, which ends in those like it's like a cloven hoof with those like 2 sharp points. Well, no, you have shoes on, don't you?
No.
No shoes? Okay, yeah. So your hoof like beats down and you actually like crush. You feel several brambles crush underneath your hoof. You are no longer entangled by the pant leg.
Yeah, eat that,
Definitely ripped,
Jessica.
Jessica, no!
Jessica, no! Oh no!
My God, Jessica!
It's okay,
You can't let him do that to
Jessica!
you! You can't let him do that to you! This is your space! This is your area!
This is your area!
You definitely got Jessica. They're all freaking out right now. That was really good.
Are you sure fire isn't gonna work?
Don't do it. It won't work. They're all wet. As much as I hate them, I would love to see them all burn. It's probably not a good idea.
Let's just get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I had people come visit my brook. I'm very excited.
Is there something that you're asking for in return for the hospitality?
You're awfully cautious. It doesn't make much sense.
So, you kind of. Yes and no. The thing that the information about your friend, your friend in the tower, you would like some help with that because you can't get past the brambles either, but you don't have like an expectation of it. You would know, okay, so actually here, you would know that Zybilna set a rule in her land that hospitality is a very like precious thing to offer somebody and should be respected.
Okay.
So, like, you always respect that, and while it is, you know that it is, like, it is also expected that something is given in return, you can choose to, like, give a gift without. So, like, you have something that you would like to ask, potentially, but you also don't require something in return.
Right. I mean, we can figure it out. It doesn't matter right now.
Oh, you're an IOU person.
Oh.
No, very well. We have nowhere else to turn, literally.
Oh, you could turn left or right. There are lots of directions you could walk in, potentially, but who knows if you'll find somewhere to go.
I have...
There is a tavern. There's a tavern around here. Well, somewhere around here. I don't really know. It moves around.
Oh.
But you can reliably take us to your home.
Yeah, within like a minute, there's just like something you have to do to get there. And it sounds pretty dumb.
What do we have to do?
And You're probably going to be like, oh, I'm not going to do that, but then you're not going to get there. So it's all up to you, really. But you just have to turn around, walk backwards, and say stump over and over again for a minute.
Okay, that seems easy.
That sounds dumb. I'm not gonna do that.
I figured. Good luck getting there.
I'll try.
Okay.
That seems really easy.
All of us have
Well,
to do it.
I don't have to do it, but all of you do, yeah. I can just go there.
What about leaves?
No.
Bean can, or Leaves can go, but he's not a humanoid, so he doesn't have to do the thing.
Right, Leaves can just get there too.
Okay. I look at the brambles, and I pull out my scissors. Don't make fun of my hat. Mushrooms. Eat everything. You will all become food for mushrooms.
You really told.
Jessica.
Oh no. Oh shit.
He brought up their dead friend.
Oh,
That's
no.
Like,
funny.
oh my god, no! not
Oh,
scissors,
she's dead?
ew."
Oh, she's dead?
No, Jessica's not dead, but she's like crying in her
Oh,
little
she's been
area.
bullied.
She's basically dead because that happened in front of all of her
Yeah,
friends.
so that was like socially dead.
Yeah, she got socially dead. She has no friends anymore. Poor her.
Poor Jessica.
Anyways, you ready? Are you
Yeah.
guys ready?
I turn around.
Now make sure it's a minute, because if you don't do it for the full minute, you got to start all over again. And that's no fun.
I may have to do a little bit more of like a backstroke.
That's fair. That's fine, as long as it's backwards.
I'm just gonna fly backwards.
Don, are you participating?
He probably is like so fucking upset right now. Like his pants just got ripped, and then he just got told he has to
You're
walk
also wet.
backwards.
You're also
Yeah.
wet. I can fix
He
your
has
pants
to walk
later.
backwards and say stump for a. Yeah, he's gonna do it, but he's not happy about it. Because, like, worst case scenario, he just gets fucking left here. And they.
Yeah, do you want to see what happens if you don't do it and your friends do?
No. Jessica gets her
DM's like,
revenge.
are you sure? we can play that game.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Stump.
Yeah, that's me. What do you want?
We're ready to go.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yep.
I look at like the water up to my like chin. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I think I'm 4'10". So I
Well,
think
you
yeah,
have
I'm
to be
floating.
The water fully covers your body.
You're
I'm
It's 5
floating.
feet deep.
I forget that I didn't choose to be a small race, but I'm still just really short. Yeah.
All right, see you there. I'll meet you over there.
Okay, so hold on. So who is so okay. Dove will take the reins for Leaves and will lead Leaves, and she's definitely going to do this.
Of course.
She'll start doing that. And when she turns around and begins walking backwards, like she can't see where Mr. Stump is. The rest of you also move backwards and
Yeah.
Yes. If Clover's flying, I would want to swim backwards next to Dawn and in front of Dove so that I can keep as many people in my sight as possible. But yeah, it's like stump, 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 stump.
thank you for doing that. You can have another bardic inspiration.
Yay!
Graf and Kristy, do either of you want to give us a little
Debase
show of?
yourself?
Hell yeah! So she probably is like, it has to be exact. So she's like, stump Mississippi, stump Mississippi, stump Mississippi. And she's like counting on her fingers until she
Do
gets.
you say Mississippi?
I think so.
No, no.
Good to know.
Oh no! So she's not gonna be able to do it. She's like,
Good to know.
yep. This is very
All right.
Clover.
Don. do
Alright,
you-
bye, Clover.
Graf, would you like to give us a demonstration of what Dawn does?
Yeah. It's just... Stump. Stump.
Stump.
Stump.
Stump. Stump. Everybody all together. Stump.
Stump Mississippi.
Dove is there like
Stump.
stump, and she's like she's also swimming backwards and pulling leaves along. So after about a minute, Mr. Stump, you just get right there. Dawn and Ego and Dove, you basically like just turn around a little bend, and you feel it's almost like the opposite of the sensation you had arriving in this area, where when you arrived it was like a hallway like infinitely stretching before you, and now it's like the spaces between the trees begin to compress and condense and like rush towards you. And for you two plus also Dove and Leaves and Mr. Stump, you find yourselves in a little clearing amongst the mangrove trees where the ground is slightly raised, and currently with the water levels, everything is still underneath water, but Ego, you are able to stand at this point and have your head above the water.
Thank
And you can
goodness.
see that there's like a little rocky outcropping there that some of this like putrid water is like slowly like spilling down. And it's like very peaceful here. You see little fireflies that like light up occasionally. And the sky above you is still overcast, but the sound of like flies buzzing and mosquitoes, like that high-pitched like buzzing sound in your ear, seems to die down a little bit. Clover,
Yep.
you say stump Mississippi for a minute.
Yep.
Flying backwards, which also is like kind of slow, similar to like swimming backwards
Yeah.
or walking backwards. And you turn around. You are, let's see, 15 times 10. You're about 150 feet away from the tower.
Okay.
You do not see your friends anywhere.
Oh no. It happened again.
And you are just like flying in the air. You do notice though, actually roll a perception check, because you're probably already looking around for your friends, but...
Oh god, what dice do I use?
The best one.
You do have a d6. Well, actually, okay. You need to make an intelligence check and a perception check. I need two of those.
Okay, so I'll do the intelligence check.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might want to use the inspiration if it's not a good roll on the intelligence check.
Faye lost again.
Yeah, I'll use that d6. That's a solid 10 on the intelligence check.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you should probably use this.
11.
Okay.
Answer her. This bitch.
You definitely get the sense that, like, you're like, I definitely fucked up.
I definitely fucked up.
I definitely messed up here.
Okay, I can
It's
apply
taking
that.
you a little
Yeah.
time to figure out, like, you're like, was I supposed to be walking? Was I supposed to be, like doing something? So you're still kind of figuring it out. You will eventually figure it out, but it's going to take you some time to
Yeah.
be like, oh, I said
Yeah.
stump Mississippi, not stump. What did you get for the perception check?
Oh, I didn't even roll that yet because I was so bad. Oh no.
I was just like,
Oh no. That's 8 plus 0.
He said,
Okay, yeah. You don't see any sign of your friends anywhere. You see the tower and the swamp water around you and, like, the mangroves,
Okay.
the trees, the fog.
I will go back to the starting point where we started, and I'm gonna try again when I finally figure out what I might have like figured it out.
It takes you like 30 minutes of like freaking out to be like, yeah.
Maybe if I just wait here, they'll come back, and when they don't come back, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I did it wrong. How'd I do it wrong? And then I will go back. I think she'll actually walk because she thinks maybe flying also fucked it up. She's not sure if it was flying or saying it wrong, so just to cover all her bases, she'll land and like try and waddle
you kind of have to like you know how when you walk in water sometimes like you'll bounce like when you're in a pool, you kind of like are bouncing backwards, and what do you say?
I'm trying to remember what the boys were saying, so I'll be like, stump, stump, and count the Mississippi in my head. Stump, stump.
Yeah, so after a minute, you feel the ground kind of angles up underneath your feet as you're moving like backwards, and you turn around and you see your friends. For the rest of the party, Clover only arrived maybe like a minute after you. And as you're looking in the direction that you came in, she kind of comes at like an unnatural speed towards you. Once again, like the distance was like shrunk like an accordion, and then she passed through it, and then it stretched back out again.
Oh my god, I thought I'd never find you again!
Hey, you made it.
Yeah, I think I messed up somewhere.
I heard you. I'm just not allowed to correct you, so
Oh, what was I doing wrong?
can't tell you.
Oh, okay, so one of the two things I corrected
so
was
hard
right.
to be a character that can't laugh.
You can laugh, you just can't smile.
I know, but I want to just smile all the time. Everything is so funny.
Every time somebody else laughs, it breaks me. So it's okay.
Wow.
Here we are.
Congrats on eventually getting it right.
Thanks. I'm kind of silly.
What's Mississippi?
It's like these. It's a funny like little thing my mom taught me for counting. I had trouble keeping time.
Oh, I thought it was like a place. Never mind.
It might be.
Mississippi was the name of your childhood doll.
Oh my god! Yeah, we named it after my childhood doll. It was easy to say.
That's a good name.
I used to do that though. I said fiddle fuddle. 1 fiddle fuddle. 2 fiddle fuddle.
Yeah.
3 fiddle fuddle.
Counted.
Yeah. I don't really care about time. I just think it's funny to say 1 minute because everybody talks about minutes all the time.
Well, someone says they'll be there in a minute, and like
We were here in a minute, so it makes sense. It worked.
Most people don't know that a moment is an actual unit of time.
Mm.
Don, stop saying weird things. Is there somewhere that...
I don't think that's very nice. I think he's expressing his emotions. It's fair.
I think we're all being delirious from lack of sleep.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel
welcome home.
sopping wet.
What am I looking at?
You are looking at a little clearing amongst the mangrove trees. You see a rocky outcropping that's about 10 feet tall in the middle of the water. Well, you see 5 feet of it. You see 5 feet of stone coming out of the water because the water's 5 feet deep. You notice that the bugs around you are... these like clouds of flies and mosquitoes are no longer present in the space. You just see like gentle little fireflies that buzz back and forth, like gently glowing. It smells a little less putrid here, and the water is... You're not sure if it's just your imagination, but it might be a little bit clearer.
Tried to take care of this place because Elmer doesn't come here anymore. But I don't really have any tools or anything to properly do stuff. You can make like a... what do they call it? When you hang like your clothes between 2 trees and then sleep in it.
A hammock?
There you go. You can make one of those.
As long as I can get somewhere high enough to dry off, I feel like I'm soaked with the weight of years.
Well, the
And
water will
water.
go down. It does this. It goes up and down all the time. It'll be completely dry here in some amount of time.
It's as if I'm drowning within my own clothes.
You seem pretty not happy.
I'm fine.
It's just how he talks.
In sad poem-like structure. I get it. I understand. I like
Yeah, he's very
poems
poetic. I like it.
Yeah, and Mr. Stump, for your reference, the satyr individual is dressed in like a suit, has no horns that you can see, and looks like he hasn't slept in like 3 days.
too.
And is also just so done with this bullshit. You see you would know what a drow is. You know what a drow is. You see a drow individual, or what appears to be a drow, kind of like gender ambiguous, wearing like a very large hat that has like a wide brim and comes up to a point that is like red with little white speckles. Very like serious expression. That's the poetic one. And then the one that got lost, which you knew but no one else knew except for her, she is a little fairy, and she has like these like purple and pink and blue wings that are like very delicate that go behind her, and she has like a light purple outfit and like I believe purple hair and like
Pink
little cat
outfit,
ears.
purple hair.
Pink outfit, purple hair, little cat ears that come off of her head and a little tail. There's also another individual who's about the same size as this fairy, with white hair, and is wearing like very natural colored clothing, kind of like a little leotard bodysuit. And she's the one who like led the snail here, and she's just kind of sitting on the back of the snail and is occasionally like feeding it leaves as it reaches its head back.
You got quite the good-looking group. I haven't seen people in so long. It's kind of crazy.
I haven't seen a talking stump in ever.
Oh, everything talks. Everything around here talks. All these trees are talking occasionally to one another. The brambles. Oh, don't get me started on the brambles.
I will not. I will merely correct myself and say I have not listened to a stump in ever.
That's fair. We have a lot of feelings, we have emotions. People sit on us without asking.
You're a natural bleeding heart.
I know. I'm like,
You're a
you're
whole
kind of
person.
heavy. Why are you sitting on me? And then they don't ever understand what I'm saying. I'm surprised you can understand. Kind of weird. Are you here to steal all of my belongings? Because you're not going to get a lot.
We are not burglars. We're just visitors.
Okay, I thought so. That's why I invited you here. Now, about my payment, let's talk business.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Don does that.
I don't know anything about business.
I
I
don't
want to
even know
go in
what
the
the
tower
word business means. You just
Oh.
hear people saying it.
too. Yeah, because
I
people
heard
trade
that.
here.
Yeah.
People used to trade over here, so they always said, "Okay, let's talk business." They always said that, so I'm gonna do it too. Let's talk business.
Business.
I want to go in the
Workers.
tower
I
as
want to go in
well,
the tower, yeah.
because I want to see my friend. But those brambles are always in the way.
I can't burn them.
You kill the brambles, and we'll call it even.
Oh,
No fire.
that's
No fire.
like the most effective way I have to kill brambles.
Not allowed. If you kill it with fire, it's not even, and you know what happens if you don't, follow rules here, right? So, here we are.
What happens if we don't follow the rules?
So many things. All the things.
Well, I'll have to look through my book. and see if Mother left anything that can kill plants.
I'd say smacking the brambles is probably not a good idea. Jessica
That's
got
true.
back at me a little bit from when I stomped her earlier.
I often smack the brambles. They try to come in here. And doesn't end well. But
I mean, I have my scissors. Are there any other sharp things?
I'm sure you could find a sharp rock somewhere.
I guess I have this now. He holds like the sword like he's holding like a wet sock.
Just
Oh, that's right. You have an entire sword.
Mhm.
That would do good, probably. I mean, you
that-
can use spells. It's just fire. Fire's so
Um,
cliche. It's so, scary, and we don't want to deal with that.
Fire is the origin of transformation.
And so is water.
No, that's not true.
I don't really know what origin means.
It's the progenitor, the epitome, the.
I don't think. Look, it does. You can't.
I
use
went
big
larger
words.
instead of smaller. It's the first one.
That doesn't really make sense. In a
That doesn't make
sentence
sense. No, why would fire be the first one?
of transformation. What are you talking about?
Fire's the first transformation. If you die, do you turn into a fire?
You can.
How come every time I've seen one of those druid people, they just never turn into fire? If fire's the first thing they turn into.
I don't know what that is.
Druids
Oh,
spend
no.
their days eating mud and thinking that squirrels hold the answers to life's deepest secrets.
Well, squirrels say a lot of stupid crap, too. They
Ex-
are very mean.
Exactly.
And they always try to dig holes to hide their, scavenged materials inside of us. It's crazy.
Oh, I just realized you probably do have a very big issue with squirrels just in all stages of your life.
I do know a really cool druid, though, and I never seen her turn into a fire. So I don't really know where you get that opinion from, but
It's
you
fine.
know,
No, it's fine.
he's the one that runs the tavern that moves around.
The time is around, which we should talk about more later.
Oh yeah, you're tired, huh? I'll go sleep. Her name's Sue, by the way. I keep talking about her. Great person.
I'd love to
See
meet her.
this big sprout on me?
Yeah.
She hooked me up.
Oh.
Yeah, she said, "Oh, look at that," and she was like, "Let me help you out." And she came over and she like put her hands on my head and boom, my sprout's bigger. It's crazy.
Oh. Could I try to help?
If you want to.
If you like it how it is, I can add some
Ooh.
flowers.
It's like something you get in a spam email. Just call Sue. She'll put her hands on you.
redacted.
I'm sorry!
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for it. Can you do that too? Do you know how to grow sprouts?
Yeah, I use it to help me with gardening, and I didn't always know how to do it, but it's something new I picked up.
And I'll like reach over.
And I'll do little forget-me-nots, because that's the good one.
Are you casting Druidcraft?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it look like when you cast that? Because that's like a racial, right?
It's a racial. So I think instead of like her eyes glowing, it's her wings that kind of like flicker in like the glitter iridescence, kind of like, oh, what's it called? Almost like when you're watching like the Mako in like Final Fantasy VII like drain into the containers. It's like that, throughout her wings, and it comes out on her fingertips as she, like, brushes the leaves.
Yeah, so you brush the leaves and you actually see this little sprout that's like maybe 6 inches tall grows another millimeter, and one of the leaves, like where it's branching out, at the base of it, like a single forget-me-not cluster grows there, but it does grow like a millimeter.
Nice. Now I have flowers. That's really cool. Wow, you're cool. I like you.
Oh,
Can everybody roll me perception checks? Clover is at a disadvantage because she's
I'm busy.
busy, but everybody
Am
else can
I
roll me
included?
perception. Yes. 5, nice. Good job.
16.
10.
I don't know if Graph can hear us.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay, yeah. So Dawn, while this like druid crafting is happening, you're kind of just like you're just like nope, like this has been too much weird shit for one day, and you are like looking around. You're kind of like very aware of like the state that your body is in this moment, and how your suit, like literally one of your nicest suits,
Yeah.
is sopping wet and torn and stained. Your hair has like bugs crawling in it. Like you're not having a good time. Your briefcase is gone. The papers are gone. They've been transformed into a sword and shield. And you, in this like acute awareness of your own body and like the state that you're in, you feel, when you get out of a pool and if you have like an article of clothing on, you feel like the weight of the water. You begin to feel like the weight of the water on your clothes because the water level is dropping. And you notice it before anyone else, but Mr. Stump, you knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
of course.
like, you said it was going to happen, so you're fairly aware of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised I rolled that good because
Alright. The water level's dropping.
yay.
Yeah, and
Nobody else seems very excited about that. I thought there would be more of an uproar.
I can stay in a tree if they don't mind.
if the water level's dropping, I don't mind setting. There's no camp set up, but you know what I mean.
I mean, I have, we could use my tent as a hammock, I guess.
You could use
water.
your tent as a tent.
Right.
Yeah, the water level went down.
How long is
there's
it
the
down
ground.
for? So, could we get a full sleep?
It is actively going down
Oh, okay.
right now.
Yeah, it's amount of time.
It'll be like that for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
You don't know. It's like that, and then it's high, and then it's low. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
I hate how time. Nobody cares about time.
Why? Why would anybody care about time? My friends come and they go and they come again, except for they stopped coming again. And it's really sad. Now I have new friends. Welcome. Welcome to my house.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, go to sleep if you want to. I'm just going to stand here.
Okay. I think I am gonna fly up and at least, like, put the tent out, because it might be wet, so I'm gonna dry it out before the water levels go down, so I'll find somewhere high to, like, hang it.
Yep, you can do that. You're able to easily enough, like, drape the cloth of your tent over, which the tent is, like, designed to be fairly waterproof, like, it's like, oiled cloth.
Cool.
So that's pretty easy to do. As you're doing that, you do notice that the water level begins to get lower and lower, and little, like, cattail plants, like the big tall reeds, and, like, the ones that have, like, those big brown, like, blobs on the end, they begin to emerge from the water, and they're standing about 5 feet tall, and they're, like, ringing this glade, and after about 8 minutes, the water level has receded pretty much completely, and, unlike where you landed, where the ground was, like, this sucking mud, you find yourself in, it's still very muddy, because there was 5 feet of water above it, but the grass here is, like, there's actual grass, and like the ground is a little bit more firm and dry and like raised. Now, once the water level drains over those 8 minutes, you can
Yeah.
see that you're kind of like on a little bit of a knoll
Cool.
that like culminates in that like 10-foot tall rocky outcropping.
I will
Uh,
start setting up my home.
Don, come here.
Yeah, okay. What's up?
Well, you seem like you really like your clothes, so I'll pull out the swan feather, and I will begin to like I'll go down from like your shoulder down your sleeve, and I'll brush it and I'll prestidigitate your I'll dry clean your suit. So I kind of like rub it, and like the swan's feather, like it flicks off the water, like a swan's feather would. And as I kind of pull my hand down, casting the spell, I'll like get all of the wrinkles and stuff out so that your sleeves are nice and pressed again. And I'll like take your tie, and I'll like do the same thing but I'll do the motion of tightening your tie. So I'll tighten your tie again for you, and I'll pull my hand down and dry the tie, and I'll also just straight up over your chest, just like double hand it, just like, and then like one leg and one leg. I just give you the old TSA treatment, but really I'm gonna just dry your suit.
Yep. So he kind of like he's standing there. When you're finished, he's like, "Huh. I didn't know that magic could actually be useful. Normally, normally around Waterdeep, all I see is it being used for is dumb little parlor tricks and awful crime. You know, one time someone just set off a firebomb in front of like a tavern somewhere. It was really awful. Several people died.
That sounds really sad.
Yeah, that fireball made orphans.
It was really annoying actually. I couldn't get to work that day.
Well, my mother didn't generally do tricks, but she also didn't do menial things like that either. But she would clean our clothes and mend them, though I don't know how to do that last part. But I think someone else might be able to fix the rip. Ego just takes off the hat, so my absolute waterfall of hair falls down all the way to the ground. And like in a way that doesn't fit how the hat should be able to like morph, I do the thing like you wring it out like a towel, and it just completely like stretches out into a really long towel, and all of the like all the water comes out, and then I tuck my hair back in, and somehow at some point my hair is also dry, and I put the hat back on.
Why do you have so much hair?
Because hair grows, Don.
Have
I
you
thought you
ever
were really a mushroom.
I am in a way.
You've seen Mr. Stump. There are mushrooms that like talk and walk around.
Yeah, I thought you were one of those mushroom guys. You just took your hat off. Now you're not a mushroom. So you're really not a mushroom.
I'm a
I feel
mushroom of a sort.
deceived. I feel
There's
like
no
you
deception.
tricked me.
There's no trick. I am a mushroom after a sort.
Do you sing?
When this feeling arises in me.
Interesting. Interesting. Are you feeling like singing right now?
No.
You're not like any of the mushroom people I've met before. They sing a lot. Pretty annoying, honestly. Anyways, that's all. I noticed from afar that you took off your hat. And I thought you just really, really Put a shiver through my roots. Anyways, I'm gonna go sit back down.
I've already taken it off 2 times more than I ever anticipated having to.
That's fair. It's a nice hat.
He's only taken it off twice. That's the joke.
It's true.
That's fair.
This hat should have never come off.
It's a nice hat.
And as I've said, we did level up, so it is slightly bigger than when I was level 1.
Similar to how Druidcraft cast on a growing tree branch will make it grow a millimeter. Leveling up will make your hat grow a millimeter.
That's true.
True. My hair gets a little bit longer. But yeah, you asked me if I cut my hair.
Yeah,
Why would I ever do that?
because it gets in the way.
It's not in the way. What the hat is for. I'm not going to just give up all of my power.
You didn't say anything about that. You just said hair.
I didn't think that I had to. Why would anyone cut their hair? Do you cut your hair?
All the time. Why
You're
do you think
this You're this strong with your hair cut that short? I figured it was just because, I mean, it also grows in other places. I figured it was just sort of like a collective thing.
Nod slowly. Uh-huh.
So you're that powerful with your hair being cut? How often do you cut it? Do you cut it more than once?
Yeah, I cut it monthly.
I can't imagine the amount of power that you could have had.
Cut it and straighten it. And dye it.
Does that make it more powerful?
Actually, the dye is probably coming out since I'm fucking soaked.
You dye your hair?
I've said too much.
Does your hair look like the rest of your family's?
I've said too much. How about this? You give me something in return for all I've just told you.
I heard it.
answered your question.
I heard him.
I
heard
I
that.
I answered your question about my hair. It's equivalent.
Well, he technically
Ego
did
looks
give you a lot more
Ego looks
answers.
taken aback that you've caught them in getting something without giving something.
I heard it all.
Yeah, the secrets of my hair are a little bit more important than the fact that you don't cut yours.
He gave you 3 full secrets, and you only gave him 1, so he deserves 2.
Fine. I'm aware of the rules.
The rule of 3 is really powerful. You hear from like back in the corner tying up the tent.
Ego's like,
I put a root up to high five the fairy.
you gave it to me in 3s. Well, it's your fault for giving something before making sure that you were going to ask for something in return.
I work in business. You always give in expectation that you will receive.
I didn't hear you say it. Unfortunately, let this be a lesson to you.
It will be a lesson to you if you don't give me something in return.
What do you want?
I don't know. I'm just trying to play by the rules.
I walk away.
Don will call out after him. We'll figure it out later.
I let you ride on my disc.
You offered that for nothing in return.
I need to go find a stone to put in my ear. I am going to go into the little brook and I'm going to find 2 very little tiny stones that can fit in my ears.
Hey, be careful. Every single stone has its place and its reason.
I'm forgetting everything that you taught me, Mother. I'm so sorry.
Roll a wisdom
I was just-
saving throw.
All of
Ego.
us?
Oh,
Ego.
just
Oh.
me. Wisdom saving throw. 15.
Okay.
Anyway, why don't we finish setting things up and resting while we can,
Oh,
so we can.
the tent's ready.
Yeah.
She did it
You guys
rather
need
quickly.
anything else? Anything else? You need anything? Trying to be
Yeah.
a good host.
Do you have hair dye?
No.
You have
Then
some
no.
really good dark mud, though.
I do
Mr.
have
Stump.
dark mud.
Do you have any?
I have
Yeah, there's-
mud.
Yeah.
Is there
I can
anything
I
safe
can
to
mix
eat?
some moss to eat.
Yeah, that's
I'm
safe.
sure you could gather something around here. Yeah. Oh, wait. Do you want me to do it?
You don't
Because
eat.
I don't want to.
You don't eat.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. I don't need to eat. But you can gather something.
I'll go look. I'll go look.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Does anybody want anything else? I know we want. You want moss mixed mud or regular mud? What do you want?
I don't want any of those. It's fine.
Okay, I can. No, I can't get you anything other than moss mud or regular mud. I don't think.
It's
There is Spanish moss that hangs from the trees.
Oh.
What's a Spanish?
It's a
It's the name of my childhood doll.
yeah.
That's
No,
such a weird quinky dink.
it's a specific dukedom within the Summer Queen's kingdom.
What color is this moss?
It's like a pale green, and it
Oh,
hangs from all the tree branches. You're hoping that if you grow, a lot of branches someday, maybe you'll get some Spanish moss that hangs off too.
yeah. I mean, I might, when nobody's looking, take some off of a tree and hang it on top of myself.
Usually floats away after a little while in the water.
Yeah, but I see like everybody here has hair, and I kind of want some, so I'll do that tonight. I'm gonna do it tonight when they fall asleep.
TV time.
Okay, so what's everybody doing? It sounds
I'm-
like Clover's foraging.
Yeah, I'm foraging. The tent is already set up. There are 2 bedrolls. So there's
Yeah.
2 bedrolls, and it's a 2-person tent. So you guys can go to sleep first.
And there was only 2 beds.
Oh my
There's only
God.
2 beds
There's only 2 beds with 3 people
and 1 pillow.
and one stump.
And 1
Well,
pillow.
I guess Ego does, because I do want to check Mom's book, but I can do that and sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But my tummy doth rumble. I have no rations. So there is that. I am hungry.
Are you also going to forage?
No, I'm just deciding whether Ego can sleep on a grumbly stomach. Or if tummy too upsetty. I think tummy too upsetty. So I'm just gonna read, but I'll sit on the mat. I'll sleep after I have food in me. I don't know if I can sleep.
Yeah, I don't know if Dunn is gonna go to sleep before getting something to eat either. Just kind of chilling.
Yeah, so if we're in the tent, I'm like sitting and I have my mom's book, which I don't think I've taken it out very often, but it's very pretty. I'm trying to remember. Do you remember the name of the art style? Palek? Is that the pronunciation? Palek? It's Palekh.
I think it's Palek.
Palek?
Palek. Let me
Uh,
check. I'm not Russian. It's a
I'll just-
specific. I'm googling it.
I'll get some of the images that you gave me though, because the book, my mother's book, is this big, very very beautiful, actually. It's got like paintings on it, and they're in this style of art, that kind of like classic medieval kind of art, that kind of layered 2D, very, very colorful. And so I'm there in the tent with you, and I've got like the book. It's very big, and it's like up, and so it's just like the top of my face, but then there's my hat. So it's always like, and Ego's desperately flipping through it, trying to find something within her mother's notes.
What are you doing over there?
It's
I'm
Pollock.
reading.
Pollock, like with this.
Pollock,
Pollock. Yeah. According to
Um,
Google Translate.
I'm reading.
Keep like looking up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is there something over here that your reading has piqued your interest in?
No, you're just. You didn't ask what you didn't figure out what you wanted in return, and now you're just sitting there. You're not sleeping.
Waiting for Clover to come back. Figured if I go to sleep now, with how unlucky she is, the second I pass out, she's going to get eaten by a giant Venus flytrap or something and die.
Maybe one of us should have gone with her.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe one of us should have.
She's
She'll be fine.
very bright.
Is she?
Not.
About.
No, I mean like a light.
Oh, she is very loud appearing, yes.
Not her appearance either. I mean she's bright.
If you're meaning this in some metaphoric way, I'm not understanding.
Like a firebug.
She doesn't glow.
She garners the attention of things around her, because when you're a light in an otherwise very dark place,
You're
there's
trapped.
nowhere else to look
Oh.
at. No, stop. It's not literal, except in the sense of frogs attacking lightning bugs. They are bright against the darkness. They draw the attention, which means she is prone to the things in the dark trying to eat her. Not literally.
You're right, yeah.
Her fortune.
I don't think she's dumb. I think she's very airheaded.
Well,
And-
she flies. Yes.
Okay. I see we're just doing this thing where we back and forth don't quite. Yes, she flies. She's also ditzy. Which means that she would probably fly into a Venus flytrap looking for food. And then she would be in there and she'd be like, oh no! I just flew into a Venus flytrap! What am I gonna do?
She is very pure.
Kinda jealous.
You don't need to be jealous. You're very pure too.
Okay.
Is there something that you have done that's impure? Not that I know of.
What I tell you about? Why are they going through all my shit? Anyway.
So, oh, sorry. Continue.
No, it's good.
No, I thought the pause was because you were done.
No, the pause is because I'm looking back and my cats are literally just going through everything in my room.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm good.
So, with that, the two of you are in the tent. Dawn, are you going to sleep?
I'm waiting for her to come back because if I feel like it's taking her way too long, I'm gonna go after her because
What's too long?
like more than if she's foraging, it might take her a while. So more than like an hour and a half or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Ego, roll an investigation check. Or an arcana check. Whatever you prefer.
I'll go with Arcana. I'll use one of my. I'm assuming I can only use one d6. On the same roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I will do an Arcana roll. I will add a d6. 3, middle of the road. Plus 18, so 21 Arcana check.
Okay. You flip through the pages of your mother's book for a while. The better part of an hour. Going through her recipes that she has to treat warts, or athlete's foot, or how to make a splint to deal with a broken bone. The ingredients that she uses to cast her spells to make cattle fat and make crops grow a little bit more hardy. Eventually, like, the ink on the page begins to blur before your eyes. And for an instant, you flip onto a page that appears to be blank, except for a single message written in your mother's handwriting that says, "Go to sleep, child." And you blink and it's gone and the page is blank. Clover! Okay, I have a... Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that, Ego.
Yeah.
Clover.
Yeah.
So, before we get into the foraging proper, and Jamie, thank you for being a good sport here with all of
Oh
this.
no, I'm roots planted. It's dark outside, and I don't feel good.
It's not
the
dark
sun.
outside. It's not dark outside.
Oh, it's not dark
It
outside.
is the same time that it always is.
But it's me planting my roots time.
It is,
So-
yeah, like, you know, on an overcast day, in twilight hours, how you don't see the sunset, you don't see those colors, but it's like a little bit darker than it was during like the daylight when it's overcast. It's like that literally all the time.
Okay.
At least since Zybulna stopped showing up, it's been like that.
Okay. Well, then it's just this is my designated time to sit down. So
Yeah, whenever
I'm sitting perfectly still. I look just like a regular stump. I'm not making any more noise. That's it.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know if Graf just sent that message about the cats or about Clover or about Ego. But first of all, Clover, as you depart from the from Mr. Stump's grove, what's the vibe? Like, how is Clover feeling now that she's on her own looking for plants?
I think she's trying to focus on being helpful to everybody else right now. She wants to not...
Hold on, I didn't say what is her focus. I said I want to know how she's feeling. Like,
How she's
what is her
feeling.
emotional vibe? How is she feeling?
Not great. Not a great vibe. She's kind of down, a little bit slow in her approach. And she doesn't even realize she's like being slow about it, but she just doesn't have the energy to move quite as quickly as she wants to.
Yeah, so as you're trudging along in this mud, you begin to notice that, like, every time you stop and you try to, like, lift up a plant or move a rock to look for food, you just hear, like, wood creaking and groaning nearby, almost as if it's, like, a complaint. Can you roll me a survival check?
Sure. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 21.
Okay. So, you spend the better part of an hour, and are you certain, what are you looking for?
I think she's
Food or water
good question.
is kind of yeah.
Probably water first. Water
Okay.
first. And if she can find something that she thinks could be edible, she's trying to rake her mind through the dreams that she had. But I don't know if she even remembers what things look like. So she's just trying to find familiarities, maybe. But water first.
Yeah, so it takes you about an hour, but you are able to find that there is a little spot where, like, a piece of stone, like, juts out of the swamp, and very clear, pure, fresh-looking water pours out of a little crack in the stone, and it pours down about a foot or two before it then like pours down into the mud. But you think you could, like, fill up your canteen.
Yeah, I'll fill up my canteen. And I will try to fill up, like, a small pot from my cook's utensils stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do that. Are you heading back with the water, or are you continuing to look for food?
Yeah, I think I'll continue looking for food for a little bit longer.
Roll another survival check.
Okay. Oh, it's not as bad. Dirty 20.
Okay. So it takes you another hour of foraging to find things. Can you roll me a d8 really quick?
D8.
That's a 6.
Okay. So you find little clusters of berries, little edible flowers and herbs that you recognize from work that you've done for the general store in town, or from doing some freelancing, like, gardening work. You're able to find those things, and just as you're feeling about satisfied with the amount of plants that you found, you push your way through a little, like a bush, like a little shrub basically, and you see sitting on a tiny little like pile of dirt, maybe like a foot above the other plants, is a brilliantly colored flower that looks almost like the colors of sunrise.
Ooh.
And it's glowing slightly, just sitting there.
Oh. It's glowing?
Mm-hmm. It sort of looks like one of those orange lilies, but it glows slightly.
Can I think she's a little hesitant. So she's gonna try and cast Detect Magic with her Eldritch Invocations.
Yeah, so you don't detect the presence of any, like, magical spells or effects.
Okay. That's I want to get closer. I want to see if I think it's poisonous or not.
Okay, roll a nature check.
Oh boy. I'm not forced in nature. That's what happens. 11.
Yeah, so you look at this plant, and it doesn't look like any plant that you know to be poisonous from home, but it also doesn't quite look like a plant that you've ever seen before, even though it is like a flower, and it's similar to other flowers, it's also, like, unique. But you take your thumb and your fingernail, and you, like, pinch off a little bit of, like, a petal, and you put it in your mouth just to taste, and it's like honey.
Oh.
Like a spicy honey. Like it has a little bit of a kick to it.
I don't feel like it's causing me like a reaction.
No. I mean, if you don't like spicy food, it's not necessarily the most pleasant thing, but it has this kind of like smoky spice flavor mixed with honey.
And it's the only one that's here?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll leave it. I'll just take the petal, and maybe Mr. Stump knows what this type of flower is.
Okay.
Because if it's the only one, I don't want to just take the last one. It's kind of mean.
The only one that you can see, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just leave it be. And I'll
And
start
then-
heading back, or try to.
Yeah. So you basically have the intention to head back, and pretty quickly you're back in Mr. Stump's little grove. For Dawn, Clover's gone for about like 2 hours. Like you do reach that hour and a half mark, and she's not back.
Looks over at Ego, who's probably still reading. Clover's dead, probably.
No, at some point, Ego just randomly closed the book and put it down on the bedroll beside them.
Yeah,
But
he very abruptly, like,
Oh.
why would you say that?
It's been like 2 hours. She hasn't come back yet, so she's probably dead.
I hope not.
Hey guys, I found some water!
Perfect.
Let her in.
yeah. So you have like basically like one of those big like stock pots full of water that you've been like sloshing around. It's probably like a quarter of the water sloshed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you were able to put the lid on it, but that only helped so much.
Yeah, no, she definitely lost some. Probably tripped a couple times and almost lost it and then saved it. It's like, oh.
You like flew into a Venus flytrap and got digested.
I didn't see any of those. I did see a really pretty flower, though. It was glowing. Do you know what this is, Mr. Stump? And I'll hold up.
You just have like a little piece of the petal.
Yeah.
So when you picked like that little piece of petal and brought it with you, it began to glow brighter, and
Oh,
it's glowing pretty bright in your hands.
what's this?
Mr. Stump, you know that's just a sunrise flower.
Just a sunrise flower.
When they are plucked, they shed light like a lantern for 8 hours. Or they shed light like a lantern for a while.
Yeah,
And they're tasty from what you've heard.
yeah. So they shed light in a big area for an amount of time. I don't know. They apparently taste good, but
They're pretty sweet, but there was only one left, so I didn't want to take it.
you could have just taken it. Honestly, I don't think anybody would be mad.
Oh.
We could probably make some tea.
Yeah, I also got berries and some other thingies. Herbs and flowers and
Nice.
plants. Make a soup.
Interesting creatures. Anyways, back to sitting.
Yeah, you dig your roots back into the mud.
Do you need anything, Mr. Stump?
Nope. I'm good.
Do you want anything, Mr. Stump? Besides what you've already said before. A massage, perhaps?
You don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is. So
Well, one second.
I don't really want you to give me anything because you guys seem like the type of group that if you give me something, then you're going to expect something from me in return, and I don't have anything to give. So
You've already opened up your home to us.
yeah, but I already told you what I wanted from you, and I'm not going to take more than that because that's not good business.
Very well.
That is good business sense.
Thanks. I know what business is.
Making a face at all of these people who know jack shit about business,
Hey!
saying around the way business, but
She runs her own business.
I know
sense.
about business. I don't give anything away for free. unless I
Yeah.
get tricked by Dawn.
I don't know what a massage is though.
I didn't
But
trick you.
Would you say I had like some of my own ingredients with my cook's utensil kit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
you got
so
like you've got spices
Cool,
and
cool,
like
cool.
salt and like all the stuff that you need to make something taste good.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll cook for everybody. I don't know.
Yeah,
Mr.
you were able to. You found some like potatoes while you
Oh,
were like
shit.
digging, like some like little spring onions.
Ooh,
Oh, hell
Um,
yeah.
hell
Yeah, like if you wanted to like just catch a frog,
Oh,
you could have. Like that's probably if you're looking for something a little bit more.
No, I had a pet frog. I don't want that. No thanks.
You could also get some like bugs if you wanted some protein from bugs. You could eat some bugs.
I'm not opposed to bugs. I just don't know if they're like poisonous.
Rather
There's just like
fine.
crickets
Oh yeah, I'll
or
throw
like
some crickets
little
in.
grubs. Yeah.
I'll put some crickets in the soup.
You can do potato cricket onion soup.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's like chicken
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like like onion. It's a stew.
It's a stew.
It's gumbo. Why don't you roll? Roll like.
There's just something about throwing a
tools.
potato and an onion and a cricket in a.
She
Bring
chops.
of water.
She chops
Clean
them
it.
up and like.
No, I know,
prepares
but I
them.
meant like because we're just boiling it, like there's no sauce, so it's just sort of like onion, potato.
She has spices. She'll make it.
Use spices. Use spices.
use the pedal. The pedal will make food.
Oh, that's true. That gives it like a little honey kick.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's like having a
Nashville.
little bit of Tabasco with you. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You gotta have a little bit of Tabasco with you.
Yeah, you got to keep the hot sauce in your purse. Yeah, roll a cook's utensils check.
Okay.
Which I guess is your if you have those tools, it's your proficiency bonus plus. What do I want to call this? You have limited ingredients, and you're trying your best to make a tasty meal that will. Because you said you were thinking of the party, so you're probably trying to lift everybody's spirits when you do this. So
Yeah.
why don't you make it a charisma based
Oh, okay.
cook's tools check? Yeah, let's
Okay.
do that.
Well, I rolled a 14 plus 4 plus
charisma
2.
modifier. Yeah.
So that's 20.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
So, Mr. Stump, you don't really like have a sense of smell. So
Yeah.
you don't really know like what's happening here. But for Dawn and Ego, the soup that Clover starts cooking like it starts to smell pretty good.
Is she cooking with a fire?
Yeah, she does have to light a fire in the space to cook the soup.
I move away.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, that's fine. You're able to light fires, right, Clover?
I think so, yeah. I think it's the knocking.
Oh yeah, you have to knock.
I have to knock.
You have to knock. And
Someone has knocked, someone has knocking, someone has fire.
knots, I believe, is
Dawn?
Done.
yeah.
Dawn
All
and
his stuff
Dove.
has buttons. I think they both have knot tying issues.
Yeah. But yeah, so this like stew that she begins making with these like berries and root veggies that she found, and little crickets that she like de-shells. Smells pretty good. It's simple, but like it's a nice like
It's a commoner's food.
yeah. You can see it's kind of like a clear broth based soup. And you can partake of it if you wish.
Yeah, I'll eat.
Yeah, hope I take of it.
It warms you up, and it's like in a very, especially for you, Dawn, like for having a weird fucking day, like the weirdest day ever. It is like very basic soup, like the kind of thing that like if you were walking through like the dock ward, you would basically have this exact soup, but it would have like fish in it.
Huh.
So it's like very familiar and comforting.
Yeah, we'll just quietly eat it then.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Ego for you, it's like very it's like earthy, which is just again like it just makes you like feel good.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Thanks.
My mama taught me how.
Good, because I don't. It's good that there's someone here that can cook because I do not do that. I just go to the nearest restaurant.
I used to burn things a lot. I had to learn how to not burn things when I'm cooking them. But I got better. Just have to practice.
Yeah, it paid off. I don't have time to practice.
Oh.
It's very nice, Clover. Thank you.
You guys look tired. I could stay up and take a watch if you guys want. Watch over, make sure everybody's okay. You guys can sleep.
There's only 2 spots. Well, I guess the two small ones and 1 big one could fit.
Yeah, Dove will offer to sleep up on top of the rocky outcropping.
Oh.
I also don't need to sleep, so
Can you watch for us?
yeah. Nobody's gonna come bother us here.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Stump,
Thank
for
you,
your
Mr. Stump.
hospitality.
Yeah, I just need you to take care of those freaking brambles. I hate those stupid brambles.
First thing in the morning, I promise. I think I have something that's
Okay.
not fire.
Good. Remember, fire that breaks the rules.
It's
What do they
not
say?
fire.
Okay. You don't want to break the rules here. Breaking the rules is bad. Anyways, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
So, everybody can take a long rest.
Hell
But,
yeah.
Clover, I need you to roll me a d8.
Oh no.
You're dying in the middle of your sleep.
Making my way.
Clover, you get possessed by
6.
death itself and kill everyone else.
6?
Again, 6.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Should we take a break?
No. Well, we can take a break now if yeah, let's just do like a 5-minute break.
Sure.
I totally
Sure.
forgot we haven't.
Yeah. Let's take
Yeah.
a quick
We'll
break.
take a quick little break so everybody can get refreshed,
Yeah.
and we'll be back.
Yeah.
BRB fam. welcome back.
Hi, I'm eating another cookie.
Nice.
They're so yummy. I love them.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get ice cream after this.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Probably can't get any.
Okay, so I need to play this genre. Oh, that's a little bit spooky. That's the mystery genre though, so we're just gonna like go with it.
Go with it.
Right, yeah, that's like all.
Mysteries are spooky.
I like it.
No, it's way too much. I gotta change it. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second. Genre. We'll try calm. Yeah, okay, that's way better. Okay. So everybody's taking a long rest. Clover, where are you long resting again? Are you in the tent or are you like going into a tree or
Is there enough room for all three of us in the tent, or does Clover feel like she should give them space? Like if it's cramped.
I mean, it's
two-person tent.
It's 3 people in a 2-person tent. You have wings. You might be small, but you have like wings.
Yeah.
So you can fit in there. Whether or not it'll be good sleep is,
No, I think
question.
Yeah, I forgot I had wings. Yeah, she'll probably sleep up in a tree. She's done that before.
Okay.
Cat things.
Yeah, so you strap in and like kind of curl up in the nook of a tree branch, like where it kind of like makes 2 branches form into a V so that you know you're like secure if you like tie a bit of rope or like hang some cloth there, which like you have. I'm not gonna like make you figure that out. Sleep comes to you slowly. You are probably running the images from this day in your head over and over again. You're seeing the fun things, the good things, but you're seeing your cousin's face. You're seeing yourself fall into the mud at the carnival, and you're then seeing flashes of that hair gun face as blood poured from his orifices and the life left his eyes, and you watched it happen from your own hand. So sleep is slow to come to you, but eventually you do succumb to it, as it's been a long day. And you're weary, you're tired. But after what feels like a fairly short amount of time, you wake up, but you're not in a tree. You're in a forest, not a swamp. Moonlight pours down into this little glade that you find yourself in, and the grass softly rustles in the wind, with the little waves like passing through the grass. You see those same fireflies buzzing in this little space, and you hear like faint music playing from a little ways ahead of you.
I think my ears would like swivel in that direction and just quietly, like my hand pressing, like resting out against the grass as I walk towards the sound.
Yeah, your feet are almost completely silent as you pad through this like very lush grass and wade your way through. And at the other edge of this little glade, leaning back against a very like hardy, thriving tree trunk, you see a person who's the source of this music. They are playing a fiddle. You see an individual with a mop of golden brown hair, a large set of horns curling out from his head. You see that he's wearing a striped red and golden tunic and a pair of purple trousers, and he has like a little bit of a beard. Physiologically looks similar to Dawn, and yet very, very different. And he's just leaned back against this tree, softly like playing this fiddle in this very like calm and happy tune. His eyes are closed. He doesn't open them as you approach, but he says, "You're not the one I was expecting to see here."
Were you waiting for someone else?
Yes and no. You'll do. Come, sit. And he'll open his eyes, which are of a vibrant, piercing green, and he'll pat the grass in front of him.
I'll sit.
Rough day?
Yeah, you could say that. I don't know who I am right now. Kind of scared.
Well, then I guess you're nobody.
Is that possible? Could I be nobody?
Sure. You can be whoever you want to be. Whoever you feel like you are right now is you. And when you wake up in the morning, you can be someone entirely different.
That would be nice.
You know you've got a little passenger, right?
I look around for like a bug.
There's no bug.
Passenger?
I can see it, most people couldn't, but, how'd you, end up with that? What did you have to sign away for that situation?
You mean my friend?
You call it a friend. Some might call it a leech.
I don't think it's a leech. So I don't feel alone. I got really tired of being alone.
What do they get?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Well, that was your first mistake, but I should probably try to figure that out. Or not. Most people don't see a leech when it's onto them. In fact, they might not see that they have several on them, and then... Ooh, not good. Speaking of which, while you're all walking through the swamp, you should probably, check your ankles from time to time. Make sure you don't have a leech on them.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, do you think my friend would hurt me?
I don't think your friend would do one thing or another. I don't know what your friend would do. I think it's possible. I could also hurt you. Your friends could hurt you. You hurt someone today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Guess that's true, huh? I don't want to hurt anyone anymore. I didn't want to hurt him to begin with.
Well... Oh, that's funny. Are you serious?
I guess I did want to hurt him because he hurt my friends, but I didn't want to hurt him that bad. I just wanted him to stop.
And he did stop, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know where you are, lass. I'll give you this one for free. Next time there'll be a cost. You're in the Feywild. Those Harengon are the least of your worries in a place like this. That one might have been the first life that you ever had to take, but I can promise you, it's not the last. At least not if you want to keep your own life.
Okay.
You want to know something else that's a little bit special? It's not the end here.
Yeah. Maybe it's a beginning.
What do you think happens when a body decomposes where you're from? Is that person just gone? Or does their body go into the ground? And does something new grow?
Yeah, flowers. Roots.
Think like that, but times about 1,000, and that's basically how things work around here.
So death is important here.
Very, and yet it's meaningless. Some things just don't die at all.
Okay. I don't really understand, but I'll try.
How do you kill life? Not a life, but life. As a concept. How do you kill that? You don't.
It's a cycle.
In a way.
Okay. Thank you, I think.
It's mostly just like, if you stay with that look on your face, the one that's like this,
Oh.
you see, like, it's gonna really, like, kill the vibe here. Like,
Oh.
and you can see, like, he points up at the tree branches that had actually started to, like, droop.
Oh no!
And some of the grass around you had started to wilt a little bit.
I did that?
You didn't notice what was happening when you were trying to look for snacks for your little crew? All of those trees that were groaning and moaning?
Well, I just thought they were gossiping about Mr. Stump.
Oh, no, they love Mr. Stump. They wouldn't
Oh.
gossip about him. Those brambles, huge bitches, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, I should go apologize. I didn't mean to do that.
You didn't do anything to them. It's more that you're in a place that is life itself, and so the way that you feel, the course of your life, it affects the things around you more than it does where you're from. That's all. It's about what you've got going on up here
Okay.
and here.
Yeah, I think I get it.
You don't, but it's I feel like you could fake it for long enough that when you eventually do understand, if you make it that long, you'll have it all figured out. That's really how anyone does anything. You just fake it until you get it, right?
Yeah, and practice.
Yes. Who needs practice? While I have you here, you play an instrument, don't you?
I do.
Okay, we're gonna have a little jam session after this, but really quick before you go back to where you left yourself. Could you tell, it seems that your friend Dawn is a little bit closed off right now.
Oh.
Like mentally. There's some
Is it because he's missing his passion?
No, well, that's sort of, I guess it's part of
Like, is
it.
there a block?
Well, he's not missing his passion, he's missing something else. I know what he's missing. In fact, I could get it back for him if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna do that. He has to do it.
Oh.
Hey,
Don't tell him that.
Okay.
But you should tell him that if he can find what he lost, he's invited to a party. In fact, all of you are.
Oh, that would be nice, yeah.
It is. It's a going away party. I think it'd be quite fun.
Going away where?
Oh, a friend of mine is going away. We're going to see them off. Wish them well.
Does Don know this friend? Should I let him know?
No. He doesn't know.
Okay. Someone important?
Depends on who you ask.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let him know. What should I say? Who are you? What's your name? Can you tell me your name?
You can call me Sam. He'll
Sam.
He'll know. He's seen me before, even if he tries to forget it and push it out of his memory. I'm the one who gave him the things that he needs to get where he's going. Because I'm nice like that.
Oh. Did you
And
get
can you believe he didn't even thank me, not once, for any of the help that I offered him.
Maybe he's just shy? With his feelings? He doesn't like to express himself? Like what he's really
Darling
feeling?
little bird, do you really believe that?
Well, I just think that, like you said, there's a block. Maybe he can't say what he's feeling or doesn't know what he's feeling.
I think that's a crutch.
For him or for me?
For him.
Okay.
I think your friend is your crutch, but you knew that.
Damn.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think on it anymore. Like I said, the grass can't take much more of this. Let's just play some music. We'll enjoy ourselves where we are right now in this lovely little dream, and then I'll send you back on your way.
That'd be lovely.
Hopefully I get the one that I want next time, but you know,
Oh.
I only have so much control over everything around here.
Okay, maybe next time I'll let Dawn sleep first and you'll have a better chance?
That's not how that works.
Oh, well, okay.
It's sort of just you've it's like there's a little crack. There's a little crack, and things can go in, things can come out. Don't make that face.
That's not Clover.
Naughty.
That's Kristy.
It's just sort of like a fissure in the earth,
Okay.
and certain things can go in. Dawn, ironclad. Not a single crack or fissure in the facade there. But you and, in fact, two of your other friends. It takes only a little bit of effort to pass through, but that means that it's much easier to pass through there, and a lot harder to get through to Dawn.
Okay. I'll tell Dawn to try to be more open.
You can try.
I don't think he'll listen.
He won't.
I'll pull out my pan flute if I have it.
Oh, excellent instrument choice. You do have it here. You don't have any of your other belongings.
Hell
but
yeah.
you go to reach for your pan flute and it's just like sitting on the grass next to you.
Nice.
You know, that is quite a noble instrument.
It is pretty... I like the sound of it. It's very pretty.
I like pan flutes too. Do you want to lead or should I?
I'll follow you.
Alright, stand up. And he begins to play his fiddle and does like a little step dance.
Aw.
And like it kind of leads on this dance as the two of you are playing these instruments, and eventually the instruments leave your hands, but they continue to float around you playing this music, and he does a little dance with you in this like grassy clearing, and eventually you kind of just fade from this space and drift back off to sleep. Ego, I need you to roll me a d8.
Six.
Okay. Ego. Oh, man. Alright, so... You're feeling a little uneasy at the things that you saw in your mother's book, but eventually sleep takes you as well. And you find yourself in a grassy clearing with moonlight shining overhead and little fireflies buzzing around in this grassy clearing. You hear the soft fiddle music playing, and it's very melancholy, coming from the other side of the clearing. You can't quite see the source.
Well, gosh, I think I'll move towards the music.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah, but Ego does follow music. I know I've been looking for a song, sort of, in a way, that I haven't heard in a while since I was here in the Feywild, so I'll see if this is the one that I'm looking for.
Okay, you cross this clearing, and the grass is like very soft beneath you. You feel a little bit of rain begins to pour down, and it's warm, and it kind of like lands on your arms and your shoulders and the brim of your hat. And you see, standing up, leaning against a tree trunk, is an individual who's like about like 6.5 feet tall. He has a mop of curly golden brown hair, a large set of horns curling out from his head. He's wearing a like striped red and golden tunic, purple pants. He has cloven hooves and like goat legs. And he is a satyr individual. And he is playing a fiddle on the other side of this clearing.
Does he make note of me?
Yeah. He opens an eye at you. And you see a tear forms in the eye. Spills down his furry little cheek.
Hello?
Oh, not another one. Oh, what is it? He begins to like wipe, and both of his eyes begin to well up, and tears begin to like pour down his face. Oh, kind of weird that this is happening 2 places at once. This is not normal.
Are you...
And he begins to just start like crying, and he like gets down onto like his knees and like sets his fiddle to the side and begins to cry.
Are you... Are you alright?
I am fine. I think you should be asking yourself that. And as he looks up at you, like, you kind of find yourself lost as you are, like, looking into his, like, watery eyes, and suddenly around you, this clearing is filled with water, tears. There's no trees. It's just a sea of tears.
Oh.
And his eyes fade, and he fades from the space. And you're floating. And you are submerged under the tears. But you don't choke. You're not holding your breath. You're there. And you feel the rain, the tears then begin to streak past you once again, and you find yourself standing in your hut, your mother's hut. Just as you left it. And you see the hunchbacked form, covered in ragged clothing, of your mother, standing in the middle of the hut. She's about 8 feet tall, and she's there, hunched over her large black iron cauldron, with her back to you.
Oh. Mother, you're home. Finally.
No response.
You were gone for a very long time.
She reaches into like some component like pouches and little bowls of ingredients around her and throws some things into the pot and then continues to stir.
I know I wandered a little bit too far. I'm sorry. I came right home. But you weren't there. Were you looking for me? I'm sorry if you were.
The stirring stops. and you see her gnarled hands covered in calluses, her skin bright reddish orange, clutched onto this long wooden ladle. She doesn't turn to face you. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
$19.
Lightning quick, this ladle comes out and she swings it back as if to, like, strike you with it. You duck out of the way quickly. And she slowly turns her head to look at you. And you see the haggard face of your mother. She has, like, very, like, gaunt features that are slightly over-exaggerated, like the length of her chin, the sharpness of her cheekbones, and her nose, her brow. As you remember it, sharp. Long, matted, grayish, like, white hair that hangs down. A set of deer antlers protruding from her forehead. And her eyes glow bright orange, a color that you would only see when she was receiving an omen, which was a rare occurrence. And she looks at you and reaches out a long arm towards you. And if you allow her, she grabs you by, basically, like, by the scruff.
Yeah.
And drags you to the cauldron. And as she's holding you at the back of your head, she puts her other hand underneath your chin and lifts your head up so that she can actually make eye contact with you from under the brim of your hat. What have you done?
I didn't do anything.
She looks at you, and you expect to see that face that she would make at you. Every single time she was right, and she could give you an I told you so moment, she would take it, and she would look at you and you would see that look of someone who is so much smarter than you and knows that, and you do not see that look now. You see the wrinkles on her face look more pronounced than ever, and her gaze, though glowing, feels hollow and mournful. And she just shakes her head at you. I don't think I can protect you anymore, but I can give you this. And she points one long, bony finger with a jagged, broken fingernail to the liquid within the cauldron. You look. The cauldron before you, you always remember it being large, especially when you were younger, before you were lost and then your mother was gone. It was always like a big cauldron, but as you look over the edge, it's as if the rim of this cauldron becomes an immense wall that you are barely hanging onto, and the space within is a void. And as you look down, it stretches and stretches before you. But at the bottom, you see a liquid glowing and caustic, and it burns as, like, the vapors hit your face. And you feel a shove on your back as you fall into this cauldron, and the last thing you feel before you either, like, jolt awake or fall back into dreamless slumber is tears streaming down your face.
I think that's a jolt awake.
You jolt awake. Dawn is passed out. I feel like Dawn sleeps like a fucking board. Like, he's just like, I don't know what Dawn sleeps. He's just fully straight.
He's probably snoring loud as fuck. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he's
be
snoring.
honest.
He's snoring loud as fuck. You feel a little bit of dampness on your cheeks. Your eyes sting a little. You have a little bit of knowledge of a spell, and you probably have a lot of questions and weird thoughts and feelings. I don't know. I won't attribute that to you, but in addition to that experience, you also do have a spell that you think would be helpful for what you're trying to do.
Okay. I think I need to get out of the tent. I don't think I go back to sleep. I think I get out of the tent.
Okay.
I do take a little bit of time. I will take off my hat again when no one's awake. And this time I will brush my hair so that the beginning of my
the mark, yeah, like the thing.
My circlet, yeah. Which I imagine they are not like little antlers like she has. I think that they are very, very tight thorns that sort of come out from the back, and then it almost makes a full like sort of circlet around my head. But normally I brush my hair sort of over it. But now I brush my hair just so that it's actually like well kept. And then I replace it back over my horns. Make sure my little beginnings of a tail are tucked back into the back of my skirt, and I put on my hat.
Yeah.
And I will sit and Mr. Stump might have seen.
Mr. Stump, yeah, Mr. Stump saw everything.
Yeah, if you were outside, yeah.
I did step out of the tent. So it's sort of like a
Hey, how's it going?
It's going, Mr. Stump.
I won't tell, but I'm not giving you anything in return, so, you know. That was your fault. You slipped up. Anyway, cool crown.
I've been slipping up a lot. Thank you for the
Hey,
compliment.
it's not a problem. Everybody slips up. Don't beat yourself up too much.
Oh.
Be proud. Be proud of yourself, who you are. That's what you gotta do.
I slept on it. Let me tell you about my idea that I have for the brambles.
Okay, alright. We're gonna kill him?
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna kill the shit out of them.
I'm
Yes.
so ready. I've been waiting a long time. It's a long time coming.
I'll go over and sit with you, trying to deflect from the "you should like yourself just for who you are."
Well, you should. I like your hat. You have a cool crown under your hat. I mean, either way, you look cool. Anyways, I'll shape my roots into like a chair next to the main stump, right? So, like,
thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about this spell that's going to make them die very effectively.
Okay, all right. I'm listening.
Yeah. So as Ego elaborates on her plan for how to destroy those bitchy brambles, Mr. Stump, you did notice that Clover up in a tree seemed to be talking in her sleep, and Dove has been twitching a lot. And like Ego sounded like he was crying. So you have that information. Nobody else does because you are the only one who's awake.
Mr.
Dawn
Stump
is
just
out.
getting everything.
Yeah, Mr. Stump
We
does get
gotta
everything.
we gotta lock this shit up.
Hey, guess what? I have a fucking 10 intelligence, so
Yeah, so as these
Kristy Hall doesn't
plans
think about it.
as these plans are discussed, that is where we will draw a close to tonight's session.
Oh,
Um,
I think there. Oh,
yeah, it's midnight almost.
Oh!
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
So, Jamie, thank you so much for coming. If you want to show up next week, I mean, like,
I'm
you got a friend to save, so you're
You
totally
know,
welcome to come next week if you want.
Okay.
hell
I'll see what I
yeah!
can do.
I don't know if you're gonna
Yeah.
be around, but if you're around, you are
I
totally
will
welcome.
actually be home. So,
That's
Okay.
crazy.
in a perfect
Nice.
world, unless I'm flooded in here, but we'll see.
Hopefully not, but
Hopefully
yeah,
not.
you're welcome to come back until we find a conclusion to
That was awesome.
Your
Thanks for having me.
situation.
This was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Thanks for hopping
Thank
in.
you so much for coming. And thank you to my players as well for being here. And just as like a note, we will be playing, hopefully assuming everything goes according to plan, next week and the week after, so that we can get Danica in for another session and then get back onto our schedule. Also, happy almost birthday to you, Danica. We love you so much. Thank you to Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Thank you to the Suncraft Bot and Adrian Von Ziegler, and to Sirenscape for all of the... Tis my 12 o'clock Wi-Fi drop, lol. Yeah, it'd be like that. I'm sorry, Mr. Stump. You've been chopped down.
Fucking dead.
But yeah, so the next time you are trying to find a place to take a nap and a sentient tree stump begins to talk to you, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
Oh damn, we didn't do that.
We didn't do it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We'll
Love
see you next
bye.
week.
Love you,
bye.
bye, baby.